Well, hello, everybody. Look at this beautiful mess. This is my altar, and we're going on an altar tour as we do this mess. Hi, everybody. I'm Willow, and welcome back to Shadow Root Grove. So, if you're looking at this, what you're seeing is my outdoor altar. I use this out on my lanai, but with it being used for circle and videos, it kind of like gets all switched around. So, I'm going to take these out and we're going to reset um, my altar. So let me take these off and I'll go over what some of the things are as we do it. So of course we have crystals and stones, stone animals, and just a whole mess of things. So I am going to remove everything off here. And there is a lot because I use this every day. Okay. So first I want to take this off. Let me kind of like dust this out. You might hear backgrounds. That's neighbors over behind us. Just please don't pay them no, never mind. So this is the altar cloth I'm using, and I had painted this myself. It was just a doily like this, but I painted it with watercolors, and this is the one I'm using in this tray. So the first thing I want to place is this altar card holder. It has the maiden, mother, and crone, and I always sit that right dead center, just like that. And then what I keep in it is I keep altar cards of goddesses that I use the most. Here's Ellen of the Ways and Freya and Bridget, and there'll be more that come along eventually, but I put those on there. And then in back of those, I always keep a piece of petition paper. So if I want to write a petition, I can. Then I have some other altar cards that was given to me. This one is a Bridget, and this is Michael, and this is Marie Laveau, and I use them from time to time as well. And I normally just set those in front with the main goddess up above. Then I have my little cross, my altar pinnacle that I made, and I sit that in there as well, off just where it will, where it will seat for me. Oftentimes just like that. And then from there, I start putting on the crystals and things. So I have a skull, and this skull is so heavy, but you'll be surprised what this purple skull is made out of. See that? This is where someone does 3D printing, and this is the waste product. And they melted it down, put it to a mold, and made this skull. And I bought it. I fell in love with it. And then I use my metal skull, and this one sits on here. And these represent ancestors. That's what these represent to me. Then over in the corner, I try to get her to stand, but it doesn't always work. I have my little goddess, and I have a couple of these to represent which goddess I'm working with, mostly Morgan or Bridget. Then I have my smoky quartz point, and you have seen me use that in a lot of spell work, and I try to put that there to get her to stand up. And then I have my clear point as well. See, knocking her down. And I try to put that there to get her to stand up. Then I'll come back in, and you remember my obsidian. I done spell work on that. Well, now it stays on my altar, and I use it to cut through things. This is a piece of quartz, just regular quartz that was brought to me. And then so much more over here. But I need to put these on first. So here we go. I want to share these with you, but it looks like, So you see this. This is fancy jasper, carnelian, and red jasper. These represent my ancestors. They're my ancestral stone, and I tuck them in there. Then on my altar, I keep, and I put this back over here in the corner, I keep a nickel, a dime, a quarter, and a penny. And this is money for my ancestors. If they need somewhere to go, I want to make sure they have money. Excuse me. It's storming out here and it's blowing up the pollen and it's really ravaging on me. This is an altar dish that I use most often, but I will also set my candle in it like this because sometimes the candles will burn over, and when it goes into this, I can easily clean it up. So that's something that I do there. I have two of these, and one is what I will keep herbs in or salt in, and the other one I burn incense in, incense comb. And then, of course, I have to have my little totem, the turtle. Always have to have my turtle, but then I have another one too, and it is a rabbit because a rabbit is very wise and very keen. And I think I'm going to set that one over here by my ancestors, but it always changes. This is a smoky quartz that was dug out of the ground and brought to me, so I definitely want to put that over there. I'm going to get him over here. Definitely want to keep him in there. I have another quartz chunk, and I use these a lot in spell work. That's the reason why I keep them on here. Now I have a quartz point, and I set this back here, and most times it will set. There we go. And then I have another one, and I will set that one on this side. I just don't think you can have enough quartz, and I do use those in spell work. This is going to set there. Let me see if I can. Might have to switch those two. Okay, and then this one, even if it falls over, it can go there. Sometimes I use this little one, and this little one is I use for birthday candles. Then of course I have a rose quartz that I use. I'll just fit it up here. And then I have a gratitude bottle that was made for Gratitude Day with a written petition in it. I want to set this back here with my ancestor stones. And then I have Bridget's cross, and oftentimes I will keep that on here, and it would just set. Let's just kind of like tuck it in back here with all this. If it will go. If not, then sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Most of the time it fits. But on camera, of course not. Of course not. Let's just see if it'll sit here with the ancestors. Yes, it will. So now that's on there. I have 3 coffee nails, and I use these a lot. And then this is a stone that comes from Sedona, Arizona, that was brought to me. And I tell you what, I carried that stone with me because I wanted to see what it would happen. And what it did is it made me really sick. So then I have a selenite piece that I carry. And then I keep a pinnacle up on my altar. And then I have, of course, I have my purple jade meditation beads. And here's something special I have on my altar right now. Oh, I forgot to mention, I actually have 2 of these little bowls. But right now I have many powder, not many powder, but protection powder in this one. So I'm going to set that aside until I clean that one out. Right now what I'm working with is 2 prayer braids for 2 very special. This one is for a fur baby of a very close friend of mine, a sister of my circle. And then this one is for a sister of my circle herself. And there you go. That is my little altar that I keep out here. And I would take a picture of it and yeah, and post it so you can see it. I'll set those braids on the side like that. And then of course, I do have a blue meditation bead too. So it just depends on what it is I'm meditating on. But this is what I use out here on a regular basis up on my altar. And there you have it. Sometimes I'll keep little extra things that I might be thinking I will be using or not. But basically, this is the setup. And this altar can, because it's on a tray, it can travel indoors or outdoors with me basically anywhere I want to go. Then I can take elements and set an altar for a video and also put it back. Just depends. But hey, I want to thank you for joining me. If you have a little travel altar, I would love to see what you have. If you will, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and click notify on my video. I like to hear your comments. I really would like to know what you think. That's important to me. And with that being said, remember, no matter where you are, what you're going through, tomorrow's a brand new day and we all get to begin again. And so, with much love and gratitude, my friends, stay forever magical and blessed be.